Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and we're going to be making a card and a box to go with it. I got the idea from a Dutch, I think she's Dutch, don't quote me, she could be Polish, I don't know, but I'm going by Dutch because of where Stampin' Up items are sold. So her website, sorry, let's start again. Her YouTube channel is called Creative Pause -EL. All her measurements were in centimeters, so I had to do a little bit of adjusting. So her this is her website, Creative Pause EL. So if you want to go and it's all in Dutch. I couldn't understand a word this lovely lady was making, but her box was absolutely stunning. So she had a different display on the front of her box. Absolutely, look at this, all beautifully designed down the side, on both sides. Got a little thumbnail to open, and then inside it houses this beautiful card, and it's a domed card. I don't think I've watched the video on how she made the card, but I just saw that it was a domed card sitting inside a box. I think I had a quick glance, but I couldn't follow her instructions. So the card base I've used is boho blue with that, I think that's scary Starry Sky designer series paper. I think that's from the Dainty, yeah, it's from the Dainty Flowers stamp set, same as this one. I think it's the reverse, but I added these flowers which I cut these a while back when I was doing the floral design. Let me just show you. I think it's on page 33. Don't quote me, it might be after then. I think it's definitely 33. Oh, here, 37, sorry. So, oh no, it's not. 33 it was. Now, it's there. They're called paper florist dies. There's no pictures apart from this on this page. And I bought this set and did a video on it. So, they say they're from page 165. There they are. You get 18 dies and it makes these beautiful flowers. You've got petals here, 1, 2, 3. It makes little tulips, 4, 5. There's quite a bit. There's some leaves in there as well, here and here. These are the centers of the flowers, but I have done a video on them, and I used some of the flowers only one actually, to decorate, in the leaves to decorate the outside of this beautiful card. And inside I've used the Quiet Meadows. So I did all these for the video. So instead of making new ones, I have got all my bits to go on top of my box, because otherwise it would be here forever. And then there's one of those beautiful flowers. Again, it's a different one, but we've got leaves. And these are from the Sending Smiles bundle, which I'm going to be making a different coloured box. But yes, all my flowers came from this little assortment, and I will use every single one of them in time. But this box houses this stunning card, which measures 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. Now, you don't have to put a piece on the back, but I just wanted to add one for somewhere for you to write. Add this beautiful print on the back. If you can't write inside, the card stands up all by itself, but can you imagine opening this beautiful box and having this beautiful card inside? Absolutely. You could leave that open on a shelf. You could stand it up in its own self, or you could stand it up like this. It's entirely up to you. The box would be great for some chocolates afterwards, or some scented candles, or even just add some scented tissues of your favourite perfume. Maybe put a couple of holes in the bottom of the box and pop it in a drawer, and then have it to scent all your underwear drawers or your socks drawer or something like that. But I just thought it was really cute, and it measures, I think it's about 1 1/4. Actually, this one measures about 1 5/8. So it's not bad. it's not a bad size box at all. So I've got my bits ready. I've got that beautiful, but I thought I'd do the blue one to match with these beautiful blue papers. So this time I'm coming in with the fresh freesia. This will be for the lid of my box, and this is for the front panel. If you want to decorate the sides, you're more than welcome, but you'd have to make an adjustment then and cut up the sides. But how beautiful, what a gorgeous box. I mean, you don't need the thumbnail, but I put one in. It's just, you could put a piece of designer series paper on the inside. It just absolutely really was a stunning box. So pop that to one side. I'm going to stick to that lady's measurements. It's literally centimeters. It's literally 1/16 over. So if you want to go the whole hog, but an 8x8 piece would be perfectly fine. I've got my gold thread. I've got my tear tape, but it's not tear tape, it's sukwang. And then these are the pieces you'll need for the card. This is 4 7/8 by 7. This then is the back piece that this card will attach to, and then this is the back layer so you can cover up the joins. The designer series paper, we're going to just score this at 1/2 inch either side. Then we're going to use tape and tape this on, and then cut our circle out. That way we've got the circle to add to this card, just like this one. And all I did with the designer series paper then, I just glued it on the back to make this pop out a little bit more, and I added dimensionals. And then this piece is just to cover this piece before we add our circle. It's just an extra layer of decoration, that's all. So we'll do the card in a moment. We'll make this box first. This box is so simple. Where's my scoring? I've forgotten. And oh, I've forgotten what I was going to do then. I wrote it down somewhere, but I've forgotten. So let's just hope I can remember. I think this is 4 centimeters on all 4 sides. So you've got the 1.5. And if you go past 1 centimeter, it's 4 centimeters. If you go past 1/8 or 1/16, you've got the 4 centimeters. So 4 centimeters. Is it 4 centimeters? Yeah, I think it is. Let me just. I won't score it. I won't burnish my score lines until I've measured as that. So 4 centimeters. On all 4 sides. Let me get my tape measure. Yeah, that's right, because that now gives me 4. It's 4 7/8 by 4 7/8 when the box is made, so that's right. And it's the same with the lid. Again, 4 centimeters. Making sure it's all tight up on all 4 sides. But you're going to need your trimmer again in a minute, so don't discard the trimmer. It's such a simple box, but so effective with the sides up like that. I think I've made something similar before, but not with the the corner slides. So let's just pop that to one side. So we're going to burnish our. This is the lid of the box. So on the lid, we're going to remove these 2 outer squares. So go ahead up the score line and remove these squares. Just trying to keep it in. And I'm just removing the score line as well. And then these two we're just going to cut up. I mean, you don't have to pull your trimmer back in. You could save them, print off some flowers with those. So what we're going to do, we're going to fold this section in and leave our two little tabs hanging out. I'm going to put it in and take it to the 2 centimeters on this side, which is about 1 3/4. And we're just going to remove those little tabs, and then we're going to miter these little tabs there, just so that when we pull them in, they'll be pulled in nice and tight. And then we're going to do the same on the base of our box. But while we're here, we're going to fold this up, we're going to put this in, and we're going to go from this point where the front flap is down to the first score line, but don't tuck it away. Let's tuck that under. We're going to go from this point. You can use a ruler at this point and your blade. Whoops, let me go. And remove the sides. So this is going to be the front of your box, nice and neat, and that beautiful scoring. So again, we're going to tuck that in. We're going to go from this corner then down to this side. So keeping in your track. And we're just going to snip off that side. So your box is going to look like this. Your lid is going to look like this. How cute. And then, but we're not going to join these until our bottom box is made. So while we're here, we're going to snip up just to the score lines. Turn it full round. Don't turn it on the side, but turn it right round. And cut up these score lines as well. And then we're going to fold this over. And then just pull out these little flaps. And again, 1 3/4. Remove those little tabs. And then we're going to do the same on this side as well. So burnish, pull out our little flaps, and again 1 3/4, and we're going to get rid of our flaps, and that's all you need your trimmer for. Don't forget to burnish the long sides. And then just before we clear all this paper away, we're going to trim up and miter these little ends as well. I know you lovely ladies like a nice little gift box, especially for well embellished Christmas cards. So this would make an excellent Christmas card box if you were going to do a loved one. A really embellished Christmas card. I reckon this little box would be perfect for that. Like I say, I got the idea of this. I don't know her name. She didn't say her name, and if she did, I didn't understand it. Bless. It just creation pause -EL. So a name must begin with EL, or they are her initials, but we don't need those little bits. So we're now going to glue our beautiful box together. on all 4 sides, like so. So I'm going to fetch in my wet glue. I likes to add right along that line there. So when we fold this over, it really does gives us the perfect angle, and it doesn't go over because that glue is inside. And if you want a bit, this glue goes off really well. So again, right along this edge, and then just fetch that in. We all know how to make a box, don't we, girls? Again, keeping that line nice and straight and perfect. And again, if you want to fetch in your bone folder, and we're just going to do this. The box is so simple to make, really. Make sure that it lines up nice and square on the edges. That's why I like to put the glue all the way to the end. Give me a good burnish, and it stops my box from opening up. I mean, man, I do see people that just put some glue on it, but I don't want my box gaping open. So right up to that edge, right along there, and that's how quick my glue goes off. I mean, you could add decoration on the inside of your box. Now this beautiful, this we're gonna add, you could do it with tear and tape, you can do this with glue. I'm doing mine with glue because it gives me a little bit of wiggle space. Again, all the way up to the score line without going over. And then what we're gonna do, where those inside the box, you'll have them at the front and at the back. You're just going to add this right along the edge and just fold that there. So you know when you burnish your little box, that it's right along that edge, and the fold line is not stopping, it's keeping the box flat. So I want to come back in just a little bit more on that score line, and then I'm just gonna literally lay my box down. And if you do get a little overhang, just take your bone folder and scrape any excess off. That's why I like to come all the way up to that line. Even if you do get a little spillage over here, nothing is going to stop your card from being inside your box, and that is perfectly lined up. So close your box, tuck your sides in now, and then you know when you add glue, you can just squeeze it around the box, and we're going to get the perfect fit around this beautiful box and lid. Again, staying all the way up to there. So close your box, bring your sides in, fold them over, and close your box lid. So you've got a nice square edge and not so baggy sides. Perfectly square edges. That's my fault for poking on the inside. And then we're going to open this back up. It's a nice tight fit. I'm going to open that up and just squash down my sides. Now I've got a 1/2 inch circle punch. I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to eyeball the center roughly, and I'm going to take away a little thumbnail piece, and then whoops, there is a nice fitting tight box lid. So let's grab our piece of designer series paper, and this is again from the Dainty Flowers. We're going to add this to the front of our box. So it's a lovely sturdy box once it's on. And this is cut with a very, very small border all round. It gives me that little bit of wiggle space. And then I'm just going to wipe there and go back in with my little circle punch and pop out the designer series paper. And there is that beautiful little box. Isn't that cute? Again, I've got my designer series paper. I mean, you can add whatever colour you want. Don't always stick to the same colours I am. Just choose your favourite designer series paper, whether it be Christmas or if you want to do one for a birthday card. Just add your favourites. I think my little tube needs filling up. So that's that done. And then this piece is literally cut about 1/8 of an inch smaller, top, bottom, left and right. And like I say, I've already cut my So Much Love. Don't know what's up with that, but I'll keep that there. While we're here, I'm just going to whip off the backs of my dimensionals with this beautiful gold thread. I'm just literally gonna add little circles. I don't want to waste it all in the center, so I'm just gonna add a circle. I might add that one a little bit. Depends on what size I want. I mean, I can always trim off the excess or leave it underneath. And a sure way of not wasting too much of your string. I know a lot of ladies just wrap it round, but then if you're a frugal crafter, well, that's a bit long. Well, that is a bit long, so what I might do there is press that down, trim that off. Let's see if we can get another one from there and there. So we're not wasting really anything. And then I'm just gonna add this embellishment. I mean, you can add it wherever you want. Maybe I shouldn't have put so many loops on, but that is, you're gonna hand gift this box anyway, so look how cute this is. I've already got flowers and dimensionals. I used the Fresh Freesia and the Highland Heather to make these beautiful flowers, and I'm just gonna pop one here, and I might just pull that loop in and add that flower there, and I've got one more here. You've all seen me work with this beautiful set, and another one more. I'm just gonna add this beautiful flower right in that opening just there. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? What a beautiful box. Got some rhinestones then. I haven't done it on my other box, but I'm definitely gonna add a couple on this lady box, because men, you could leave the other one as a gentleman's box. I'm gonna pop another two there, and then I'm gonna have one here, here, and here, just to decorate this beautiful box. So that's the box, which is, how long did that take? Not long at all. Oh, right, now we're gonna pop this to one side. I'm just gonna put the lid on this for a minute because we're gonna use tape next. And fetch in. And we're just gonna score this piece at 1/2 inch on both sides. Now this measures 4 3/4, is it? Yeah, 4 3/4 by 7. I'm going to score 1/2 inch either end, and just going to burnish those. So this is our gorgeous designer series paper. It's already got purple on there, it's fresh freesia, and we've got the smallest border all the way around. Now I want to attach this, but I only want to attach it around the outside because we're going to cut our circle out, so hence the reason for my tape. And just going to add tape all the way around the outside. Because when we cut the circle, I mean, we don't have to, we could literally just glue all this on because we're going to use the opposite side of the, but I want the circle to be the right way around, so you could use the back of the circle to add your message. Now I'm using the largest circle from the layering circles, so I know I'm going to cut, this is going to be attached to here, but I'm just roughly guessing, just so I can add another piece of tape here and here, just so when I stick it down I know I'm not going to stick down my circle. So I'm just going to peel back and line these up. That way I don't have to press down till I know I've got it attached to my card properly. When I can take the sides off, I'm just pulling them back. I'll remove these ones. So I've got all my little tabs hanging out, so I'm pressing where it's not sticking down, and then once I know I've got that laid down properly, I might have a little bit of a, oh I have got a little lip, and then I can just literally pull my sides off. I think I've lost a bit there. Just pull out my tape, and then there's that beautiful layered piece of designer series paper on my card. And then I've got my circle then. I'm just guessing, I'm not really making it perfect. I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of tape. You don't have to. This is really strong stuff, so I like to add it to my skin first. So I'm making sure roughly I've got it evenly spaced either side. And then I'm just, look, see, it doesn't even want to stick because I stuck it to my skin. Let's do it that way, that's better. So, that's my machine, it's humongous. And I'm just going to run this through. It's such a pretty little card. You don't have to overdo anything. I'm going to put this back before I put the mats back on. Oh, excuse me for hiccups. And then there's our... remove this tape. Could have done it from underneath, but it's not too bad. There is my circle. There is the circle. Now I want this smooth. I mean, I could turn that over, but it's rough around the edges. And I'm just going to attach that on the back, so when I stamp, it's just got an extra bit of padding. Yeah, I mean, I could save that for a different card. Could even turn it around that way, but I want this to stamp on, so let me just grab my glue again. So I'm just gonna add that. I mean, you could add it the same way, the other way, it's up to you. Nobody's gonna see it. It's just gonna give my cardstock a little bit of stability. My lid back on my glue. Oh, I've got to have a mint. I love these spearmint polos. Oh, love them. So I'm using the sentiment and the splodges and the flower. These are from the Quiet Meadow. This beautiful stamp set. This sentiment and this splodge. And I'm going to stamp my words in Highland Heather, and then I will stamp my flower. Oh, it's off a little bit, but by the time I add the splodges now and the flower, nobody's even going to notice that that's off. So in come the fresh freesia, and I actually need the re-inkers for this because I thought I'd got every single re-inker, and oh no, Gaynor hasn't got that one. There's 3 I haven't got, so I've sent away for them. So I'm just lightly dousing this beautiful flower. Absolutely gorgeous. Now this is going to go on the back of my card for me to write a message. I think this is going to be really pale, so if I just add this one down here, that is cute. I'm going to stick with the same, I think, and I'm just going to come up a little bit higher to layer that second flower, and then I'm just going to add some of these beautiful little dots. I did go over the top a little bit, but not this. I didn't put any on this one, so I might just come down in that corner just to give that a lovely little edge. Absolutely gorgeous, loving it. So with this piece, I don't know why, for some reason this seems longer one way than it is the other. So this is cut at 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. So it must be my designer series paper. That one's the perfect way round, but if I turn it that way, I haven't got as much up there. So I'm going to turn it back that way. So this is going to be where our message sits. So because you're not going to see through the card at all of this, hence the reason of just having a piece that fills the center piece. So this now is going to get attached to our card here on the outside and there to give me that dome. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the bone fold to curve my card a little bit, and we're going to slide that in there and in there, and we can manipulate this once it's on. So you can use tear and tape here. I'm just going to literally add one side at a time. So I'm going to lay this that way so it's level. I'm going to lift up my flat, tuck that into bed and pull that across. And I'm going to do the same on this side, but I'm going to curl that this time. So I'll squodge my glue on. Now I'm going to lift this flap, tuck it into bed there, right under, making sure I've got it level either side, and then pull my flap down. I love this glue, it goes off pretty quick. So making sure I've got my message the right way. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4 dimensionals. These backs don't want to come off. There we go. Nobody's going to see that I've got black dimensional, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to slide that in and roughly set that in the center. I'm not going to press anything until I've manipulated my card. I'm just going to give that a curl. Oh, look at that, perfectly in the center, and then I can press this down. I'm going to flip this over now and add my piece of Very Vanilla I'm using, which is just slightly smaller. But you can have a little gap at the top or you can have a little gap at the bottom. It's just the inside of your card. You can cut it the same size, but this will hide those flaps and give you somewhere to write your message. My little bottle needs filling, so I'm just going to line this up. There's a tiny little gap either side and a tiny little bit at the bottom, so I'm going to put my hand inside so I don't squash that little rolling action. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? So now I'm going to get some glue, just going to splodge some on, and I had this on the top on the other one, and this time I think I will. I'm just going to, that leaf has got a bit of a curve, so I'm just going to add the bottom. I know I've added a little bit of glue on the back, but I've wiped it off now with my fingers. I got another leaf, and again I'm just going to add it halfway this time, and I've added it the wrong end. So let's add a little bit more. I'm going to layer this section just up this side. You can go to town, you can add way more. So let's get this lid on. I'm going to add myself a little mini dimensional for this one, and these are just 3 of those flowers, and I curved them round with my fingers to fill out the gaps. So there was a few gaps, so I think I pulled one round, pulled that one round, and when I pull it round now and get it in that center, I can add my dimensional on there because they're mini ones. Just check, I pull that one round there as well, just to give me a little space there, and then I can add another dimensional there, and that will keep that little petal in its place. I've added some Nouveau dots on the back, on the front, which I did yesterday, so I know it's well and truly dry. And then I'm going to come in, and this is that beautiful bubblegum paper, which I think stands out a treat on that beautiful card. Again, now I'm going to grab some beautiful rhinestones. I didn't do anything on the other card, but this one I'm just going to add some little rhinestones in the centers of those flowers inside the card. So you're going to hand deliver this one anyway, so there's those little gems inside. Absolutely stunning. And maybe I'll add a couple of gems to the outside. 1, 2, 3 on there. You could add some Winker Stella to the petals of the flower. Give that a squeeze, make sure I've got plenty of juice flowing. Can you imagine this with the Christmas poinsettia done this way, with a Christmas message, Christmas paper, and the poinsettias, poinsettias, sorry, all the way around. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Plenty of sparkle on that gorgeous flower. You could add a little bit to the leaves. I just think that flower stands out absolutely beautiful. So there's that gorgeous sparkle on that beautiful card. And then this gift box. You could keep the theme. You could use the flowers on the outside of this box. I think the box decoration is just beautifully presented. And there is that stunningly gorgeous card that fits inside. It's beautiful. So we got one for a male. You could take away the gems. What I did with this box, I had literally attached all this, and I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to get this gold thread? And so I got glue dots, took off the backing, added the twine in circles, and then just slot it underneath and pressed it down. But yeah, I do like it. But there we go. There is that absolutely stunningly gorgeous gift box for a beautiful arched card. Like I'm saying, pick any theme you want. Christmas, birthday, anniversary, Father's Day, Mother's Day. You can just make endless amounts of these cards. You could even use the scalloped edge on the inside of the card. The little cute owls would be nice in there poking through. Well, there we go. There is this beautiful box and card in both colours. Absolutely beautiful. Well, I hope you give a thumbs up. Go over and check out the lady's site if you want to see her make her card. And it's creativepause.el. So your card is 8 by 8. It's actually 20.5 centimeters, which is just slightly over. I think it's 8 1/16. But then you just score it on all 4 sides. Either 1, was it 1 3/4? Let me have a look. I don't want to mislead you. 1 1/2 and 1/16. So 4 centimeters on all 4 sides to give you this and it beautifully fits inside that box. It's absolutely sturdy. It's not going to come open. Oh, she says, once it's in there nice and tight, it doesn't come out. It's just absolutely stunning. So there we have it. Gift box and curvy card. So thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye.